Hello, I'm Debby Dubay. I'm the owner of Limoge Antique Shop here in downtown Rutland, Vermont. I'm also known as the Limoge Lady, and that's because I probably have the largest collection of antique Limoge porcelain in the United States of America. And how did I acquire such a large collection, you ask? While I was serving our country in the United States Air Force from 1974 to 1995, I collected. And so what is Limoges? Limoges is the finest hard-paste porcelain in the world, produced in the Limoges region in France. It was here in 1820 that kaolin, the essential ingredient in Limoges porcelain, was discovered. Many of us, when we think of collecting Limoges porcelain, think of the Theodore Haviland dinnerware or those little Limoges boxes. But what some of us don't realize is that Limoges comes in all shapes and sizes, from Limoges vases to punch bowls to jardinières to painting on porcelain. And to quote the Wall Street Journal, due to the volatility of the stock market, antiquities such as your Oriental rugs and Limoges porcelain continue to be a great investment today. And so how do you authenticate an antique piece of Limoges porcelain? By the marks on the bottom. Every piece of antique Limoges porcelain should have the factory mark on the bottom. It'll have two marks if it was produced and decorated in the studios. The first mark is the under the glaze factory mark. That is the mark from the factory that produced the piece of antique Limoges. The second mark is over the glaze, and that is the studio that decorated the piece of Limoges. So we've authenticated this as a real antique piece of Limoges porcelain by the marks on the bottom. We know the factory was in production from 1900 to 1941, but as an expert, I'm required to get within 10 years. So we look at the pattern. This pattern was in production from 1930 to 1941. So there you have it. And so here we have an example of a little antique Limoges box. We can authenticate it by the mark on the bottom. It's also got the French factory listed artist signature. It's very desirable. It's cranberry with the gold gild, hand painted with cherubs. These little boxes were produced specifically by the King of France, specifically for Queen Victoria, who was notorious with her sentimentality towards her children. Every time she visited France, he would give her a box that he had produced specifically for her, and she would put her little children's baby teeth or locks of hairs into the box. These have become very collectible today, and people like Nancy Reagan in the White House to Debby Dubay in Limoges Antique Shop really desire these little Limoges boxes. Well, I hope I've inspired you to collect antique Limoges porcelain. I'm passionate about Limoges, and I'm always available to assist you in authenticating a piece of antique Limoges porcelain. I'm an appraiser with the Appraisers Association of America, and I'm USPAP certified, so I can do an official appraisal, or I can just assist you in making sure that you purchase the perfect piece for your collection. I'm the author of many books that are in your library, and I'm always available at Limoges Antique Shop in downtown Rutland, Vermont. I'm Debby Dubay, Limoges Antique Shop, Rutland, Vermont.